My hands tremble as I hold the invitation, its glossy surface reflecting the dim light of our living room. It's a simple card, yet it feels like it weighs a ton. The words Cosplay Festival are emblazoned in bold, cheerful letters, but there's a hidden darkness beneath the colorful print. My wife, Emily, stands across from me, her eyes wide and pleading. "It's not what you think, Dan," she says, her voice shaky but determined. "It's just a hobby, a way to unwind." I want to believe her. For years, I've wanted to believe every excuse, every late-night meeting, every unexplained trip. But now, with this invitation in my hand, everything feels like a lie. How many times have you gone to these festivals? I ask, my voice betraying a mix of anger and desperation. Emily looks away, unable to meet my gaze. "A few," she admits. "But it's harmless, I swear." Harmless. The word echoes in my mind as I stare at the invitation. A harmless escape, she calls it. But my gut tells me there's something more, something sinister lurking behind the facade of fun and games. I've seen the way she's changed over the past few months, her secretive smiles, the lingering scent of perfume that isn't hers, the mysterious charges on our credit card statements. "Why didn't you tell me about this before?" I demand, my voice rising. "We're supposed to be partners, Emily. We're supposed to trust each other." She flinches at my words, tears welling up in her eyes. "I didn't think you'd understand," she says quietly. "It's complicated." Complicated. Another word that hides more than it reveals. I take a deep breath, trying to calm the storm inside me. "Explain it to me, then. Help me understand." Emily hesitates, her fingers fidgeting with the hem of her shirt. It's a form of escapism," she begins slowly. "Everyone who goes there dresses up as their favorite characters, and we act out scenes, interact, have fun." Interact? I repeat, my suspicion growing. What kind of interaction are we talking about here? She bites her lip, clearly struggling with her next words. "Sometimes, it gets physical," she admits. "But it's all in character, all part of the experience." It doesn't mean anything. My heart sinks. I've heard enough. The image of my wife tangled up with strangers, hiding behind masks and costumes, is too much to bear. It doesn't mean anything? I echo bitterly. How can you say that? How can you expect me to accept this? Emily steps forward, reaching out to touch my arm, but I pull away. "Dan, please," she begs. "I love you. I've never stopped loving you. It's just a fantasy. It's not real." "Not real?" I snap, my anger boiling over. "It's real enough to destroy us. Real enough to break my trust in you." Tears stream down her face now, and she crumples onto the couch, sobbing. I stand there, torn between my love for her and the betrayal I feel. The silence stretches on, thick and suffocating. Finally, I speak, my voice cold and resolute. "I need to see it for myself," I say. "I need to know exactly what you've been doing." Emily looks up, shocked. "What do you mean?" "I'm coming with you to the next festival," I declare. "No more secrets. No more lies." She nods slowly, her expression a mix of relief and fear. "Okay," she whispers. "Okay." The days pass in a blur as I prepare for what feels like a final showdown. I gather my own costume, a simple outfit that won't draw attention but allows me to blend in. Emily tries to reassure me, but her words fall on deaf ears. My mind is set. I need to see the truth, no matter how painful it might be. The night of the festival arrives, and we drive in silence to the venue, an old warehouse on the outskirts of town. The parking lot is filled with cars, and people in elaborate costumes mill about, their laughter and chatter filling the air. Emily leads me inside, her hand clutching mine tightly. The interior is a sensory overload, bright lights, loud music, and a sea of colorful costumes. People are dancing, talking, and yes, interacting in ways that make my stomach churn. I try to keep my expression neutral, but every fiber of my being is screaming to get out. Emily guides me through the crowd, introducing me to some of her friends, all of whom seem nice enough. But I can't shake the feeling of being an outsider, a trespasser in this bizarre world. Then I see it. In a secluded corner, a group of people is engaged in activities that go far beyond innocent fun. My heart races as I watch, horrified yet unable to look away. This is what my wife has been part of, what she's been hiding from me. Emily follows my gaze and her face pales. Dan, Save it, I cut her off, my voice ice cold. I've seen enough. Without another word, I turn and walk away, leaving her standing there amidst the chaos. My mind is made up. This marriage, this life we've built, is over. She's broken my trust, and there's no coming back from that. As I drive home alone, a plan begins to form in my mind. Emily has hurt me in ways I never thought possible, and now it's my turn to make her feel the same pain. I don't know how yet, but I will find a way to break her life, just as she's broken mine. And when I'm done, she'll never see me again. The next morning, I wake up with a newfound determination. I need to uncover every detail of Emily's betrayal, and I won't stop until I know everything. As I sip my coffee, I scroll through her phone bill, noting the frequent calls to unfamiliar numbers. My heart pounds in my chest, a mix of anger and adrenaline fueling my resolve. Hey, Dan, Emily's voice calls from the bedroom. You okay? I force a smile as she enters the kitchen. Yeah, just going through some work stuff. She nods, oblivious to my true intentions. I'm meeting Sarah for brunch. You remember her, right? From the festival? Of course, I lie. Have fun. As soon as she's gone, I grab my laptop and begin my search. The first number I dial is one that appears almost daily on her phone bill. It rings twice before a cheerful voice answers. Hello, this is Jessie. Hi, Jessie. This is Dan, Emily's husband. I'm trying to reach her, but she's not answering her phone. Do you know where she might be? There's a brief pause. I'm not sure. We usually only talk during the festivals. Maybe try Sarah? I jot down the information. Thanks, Jessie. The next call is to Sarah. She picks up on the third ring. Hello? Hi, Sarah. It's Dan. Emily's husband. Dan. What's up? I'm trying to reach Emily, but she's not answering. Do you know where she might be? Oh, she just left. We had brunch at the cafe on Maple Street. She's probably on her way home now. Thanks, Sarah. I appreciate it. I hang up, my mind racing. Something about Jess's hesitation bothers me. I decide to pay her a visit. With the address from the phone bill, I drive to a modest apartment complex on the other side of town. As I approach Jess's door, I feel a surge of nerves. What if I'm wrong? What if this is all a misunderstanding? I knock, and a moment later, the door swings open. Jessie stands before me, her vibrant purple hair and playful outfit a stark contrast to the somber mood I'm in. Dan, right, she says, her smile faltering slightly. What's going on? I need to talk to you about Emily, I say, stepping inside before she can protest. Jessie closes the door, looking uneasy. What about her? I know about the festivals, I say bluntly. And I know they're more than just cosplay events. Jess's eyes widen. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't lie to me, I snap. I saw what goes on there. The interactions. I need to know the truth. Jessie sinks onto the couch, her expression troubled. It's not what you think, Dan. It's not just about that. Then what is it? I demand. Tell me everything. Maybe deep breath, clearly struggling with her next words. The festival started as a way for people to escape reality, to become someone else for a while. But over time, some of the members, they started taking it further. It became more about exploring fantasies, about pushing boundaries. Like orgies, I say flatly. Jessie winces. Yes, sometimes. But not everyone participates. Some of us are just there for the community, for the fun of dressing up and acting out scenes. And Emily? I ask, my voice hard. What's her role in all of this? Jessie hesitates. She's one of the more active members. She enjoys the freedom it gives her, the chance to let go of her inhibitions. My hands clench into fists. So she's been cheating on me. Repeatedly. Jessie doesn't deny it. I'm sorry, Dan. I didn't know you were in the dark about this. I thought you knew. Of course you did, I mutter, feeling a fresh wave of anger. Thanks for your honesty, Jessie. As I leave her apartment, I feel a twisted sense of satisfaction. I'm getting closer to the truth, and with each revelation, my plan becomes clearer. Emily thinks she can deceive me and get away with it, but she's wrong. Back home, I find Emily in the living room, scrolling through her phone. She looks up, smiling, but her expression shifts when she sees my face. What's wrong? She asks. I ran into Jessie today, I say, watching her reaction closely. Her eyes widen. Jessie? Why? Just wanted to get to know some of your friends better, I say, my tone casual. Turns out, she had a lot to say. Emily's face pales. What did she tell you? Enough to know what's really been going on, I reply, my voice cold. The festivals, the interactions. How long did you think you could keep this from me? She looks stricken, tears welling up in her eyes. Dan, I'm so sorry. I never meant to hurt you. Save it, I snap. You've been lying to me for months. I don't want to hear your excuses. Emily sobs, burying her face in her hands. Part of me feels a pang of sympathy, but I quickly squash it. She's brought this on herself. I'm going to make sure you regret this, I say quietly. Every lie, every betrayal. You're going to feel the same pain I felt. She looks up, fear in her eyes. What are you going to do? You'll find out soon enough, I reply, turning away. Consider this the beginning of the end. As I walk out the door, I feel a strange sense of calm. The plan is in motion, and there's no turning back now. Emily's world is about to crumble, and I'll be there to watch it fall. The days that follow are a blur of meticulous planning and covert actions. Each step is designed to dismantle Emily's life piece by piece, just as she dismantled my trust. I start with the most obvious aspect, her social life. Emily's circle of friends is tight-knit, built around shared interests and trust. It's time to shatter that trust. One evening, while Emily is out, I access her email and social media accounts. Years of marriage have given me the knowledge of her passwords. I scroll through her messages, looking for anything that might serve my purpose. There it is, an email chain discussing the next festival. Attached to it are photos and videos from previous events, incriminating evidence that will destroy her carefully curated image. I download everything onto a USB drive, feeling a grim satisfaction. The next step involves planting these seeds of doubt among her friends. I create a fake email account and compose a message to her closest friends, Sarah, Jessie, and a few others. The subject line reads, "Do you really know Emily? And I'm so sorry." Most explicit photos and videos. The message is simple: I thought you should know what's been going on behind your backs. She's been lying to all of us. I hit send and sit back, waiting for the fallout. The next morning, Emily seems unusually tense. She keeps checking her phone, her face growing paler with each glance. I pretend not to notice, sipping my coffee and reading the paper. Everything okay? I ask innocently. She jumps, nearly dropping her phone. Yeah, just some drama with friends. Anything I can help with? She shakes her head, forcing a smile. No, it's fine. Just silly stuff. I nod, hiding my satisfaction. The seeds are already taking root. Later that day, I decide to visit Sarah. She lives in a cozy house a few blocks away. As I walk up her driveway, I notice Jess's car parked out front. Perfect. 2 birds with 1 stone. Sarah opens the door, her eyes widening in surprise. Dan! What are you doing here? I need to talk to you, I say, my tone serious. About Emily. She hesitates, then steps aside, allowing me in. Jessie is sitting on the couch, her expression guarded. I think you both know why I'm here, I begin, taking a seat. You've seen the email. They exchange glances, then nod. Sarah speaks first. Dan, we had no idea, we thought you knew. Well, now I do, I say grimly. And I need your help. Jessie frowns. Help with what? With exposing her, I reply. She's been living a double life, and it's time everyone knows the truth. Sarah looks conflicted. Dan, she's our friend. Was your friend, I correct. How can you trust her after this? She's been lying to all of us. Jessie sighs, running a hand through her hair. What do you want us to do? Tell everyone, I say simply. Share the email, the photos, the videos. Make sure everyone in the community knows who she really is. There's a heavy silence as they consider my words. Finally, Sarah nods. All right. We'll do it. I thank them and leave, feeling a rush of satisfaction. The first phase of my plan is complete. Now, it's time to hit her where it hurts most, her career. Emily works as a marketing executive at a well-known firm. Her job is her pride and joy, a symbol of her independence and success. It's time to strip that away from her. I make an anonymous call to her office, requesting a meeting with her boss, Mr. Thompson. Posing as a concerned client, I arrange to meet him after hours. The following evening, I arrive at the firm, carrying a briefcase filled with the same incriminating evidence I sent to her friends. Mr. Thompson, a stern man in his 50s, greets me with a firm handshake. What's this about? He asks, his tone businesslike. I have some information about one of your employees, Emily, I begin, opening the briefcase. I think you need to see this. I lay out the photos and videos, watching as his expression shifts from confusion to shock to anger. This is unacceptable, he mutters, shaking his head. I had no idea. Neither did I say softly. She's been deceiving all of us. He looks up, his eyes hard. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. We'll handle it from here. As I leave the building, I feel a mixture of triumph and bitterness. Emily's world is unraveling, just as I planned. But there's still one more step to ensure she feels the full weight of her actions. That night, I confront her. Emily, we need to talk, I say, my voice cold and unyielding. She looks up from her laptop, her face pale. About what? About your lies, I reply, throwing the USB drive onto the table. About what you've been hiding from me. She stares at the drive, her eyes wide with fear. Dan, I can explain. Save it, I snap. It's over, Emily. I know everything. And so does everyone else. Tears stream down her face as she collapses onto the couch. Please, Dan. I'm sorry. Sorry won't fix this, I say, my voice cold. You destroyed everything. And now, you'll face the consequences. She sobs, her body shaking with grief. I watch her for a moment, feeling a pang of regret. But it's too late for that. She made her choice, and now she must live with it. The next morning, Emily is gone. She leaves a note on the kitchen table, her handwriting shaky and desperate. I'm leaving. I can't stay here knowing what I've done. I'm sorry for everything. Goodbye. I stare at the note, feeling a hollow sense of victory. She's gone, just as I wanted. But the satisfaction I expected doesn't come. Instead, there's only emptiness. As I sit down, the reality of my actions sinks in. I've destroyed the woman I once loved, and in doing so, I've destroyed a part of myself. The price of revenge is steep, and now, I must live with the cost. The house is silent, the weight of my decisions pressing down on me. Emily is gone, and with her, the life we once shared. All that remains is the aftermath of betrayal and the hollow victory of retribution. And so, I sit alone, staring at the empty space where she once stood, wondering if it was all worth it. The days that follow Emily's departure are filled with a strange, unsettling quiet. The house feels empty, like a stage after the play has ended. I go through the motions of daily life, but everything seems hollow. The thrill of revenge has faded, replaced by a gnawing sense of unease. Did I do the right thing? Was the cost worth it? A week later, I receive a call from Sarah. Her voice is tense, filled with urgency. Dan, we need to talk. Can you meet us at Jess's place? Us? I ask, confused. Just come. It's important. I agree, curiosity and apprehension mingling in my chest. When I arrive at Jess's apartment, I find Sarah, Jessie, and a few others from the festival crowd gathered. Their faces are grim, and there's a palpable tension in the air. Dan, we've found something, Sarah begins, her voice shaking slightly. Something you need to see. She hands me a folder. Inside are printouts of emails, screenshots, and photos. As I sift through them, my heart begins to race. These are communications between Emily and another man, intimate, detailed, and recent. But the dates don't match up with the timeline I had assumed. Where did you get these? I ask, my voice barely above a whisper. Jessie steps forward. We found them on her laptop. She left it at my place by mistake. There's more, Dan. She wasn't just cheating on you. She was planning something. I look up, my confusion growing. Planning what? Sarah takes a deep breath. Emily was trying to set you up. She and this guy, they were plotting to make it look like you were the one cheating, that you were involved in something shady. They wanted to ruin your reputation, possibly your job. My mind reels as the pieces start to fit together. The secretive behavior, the strange phone calls, the distant attitude, it all makes sense now. Emily wasn't just unfaithful, she was actively trying to destroy me. But why? I ask, struggling to comprehend. Why would she do this? Jessie shrugs. We don't know for sure. Maybe it was a twisted way to justify her own actions, to make herself feel less guilty. Maybe it was about money or control. What matters is that you know the truth now. I slump into a chair, the weight of the revelation crashing down on me. All this time, I thought I was the one seeking revenge, but Emily had been playing a much darker game. What do I do now? I ask, feeling lost. Sarah sits beside me, placing a hand on my shoulder. You need to confront her. Get the full story. Then you can decide what to do. I nod, a new determination settling in. It's time to face Emily one last time. I track her down to a small motel on the outskirts of town. The place is dingy, a far cry from the comfortable life we once shared. I knock on the door, my heart pounding. After a moment, Emily opens it, her face pale and drawn. Dan, she whispers, her eyes widening in surprise. What are you doing here? We need to talk, I say, pushing past her into the room. I know everything, Emily. About you, about the guy, about your plans to ruin me. She looks stricken, her composure crumbling. I can explain. Explain? I explode, my anger finally breaking free. You were trying to destroy me, Emily. You lied, you cheated, and you plotted behind my back. Why? Tears stream down her face as she collapses onto the bed. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I got caught up in something I couldn't control. He manipulated me, made me believe you were the enemy. I thought I was protecting myself. Protecting yourself? I scoff. From what? A husband who loved you, who trusted you? She sobs, unable to meet my eyes. I was scared, Dan. Scared of losing everything, scared of the truth coming out. I didn't know what else to do. I shake my head, the last remnants of sympathy evaporating. You've lost everything now. You've lost me. She looks up, her eyes pleading. Dan, please. I can make this right. We can start over. There's no starting over, Emily, I say, my voice cold and final. You've burned every bridge, destroyed every ounce of trust. We're done. I turn to leave, but her voice stops me. Dan, wait. There's something else. I pause, reluctantly turning back. What? She takes a deep breath, her voice barely a whisper. The man I was with, he's dangerous. I tried to break it off, but he threatened me. That's why I stayed, why I did what I did. I was scared. I narrow my eyes, suspicion mingling with anger. Who is he? His name is Mark, she says, her voice trembling. He's not who he seems. He has connections, people who do his bidding. I was trapped, Dan. I didn't know how to get out. I process her words, my mind racing. If what she's saying is true, then there's more at play here than I realized. But it doesn't change what she did to me. I'll deal with Mark, I say, my voice hard. But you and I are finished. This is goodbye, Emily. She nods, tears streaming down her face. Goodbye, Dan. I'm sorry. I walk out of the motel room, feeling a strange mix of relief and sadness. The woman I once loved is gone, replaced by a stranger who betrayed me in ways I never imagined. As I drive away, I make a vow to rebuild my life, to find happiness again. The days turn into weeks, and gradually, I start to heal. I cut all ties with the cosplay community, seeking new connections and new beginnings. Emily fades into the past, a painful memory of betrayal and deceit. One evening, I receive a call from Sarah. She tells me that Emily has left town, moving to another state to start fresh. I feel a strange sense of closure, knowing that our paths will never cross again. Life goes on, and slowly, I begin to find peace. The scars of betrayal remain, but they no longer define me. I've learned to trust again, to open my heart to new possibilities. In the end, Emily's deception shattered our lives, but it also set me free. Free to rebuild, to find new love, to embrace the future with hope and resilience. As I look out at the sunset, I know that the past is behind me and a new chapter awaits. And so, with a heart both scarred and healed, I move forward, leaving behind the shadows of deceit and stepping into the light of a new beginning.